Okay, okay, there we are. All right. Hello. Mm-hmm. I'll mute us.
We got it there. Just over this here. You have a crack, is it?
You do not need to mute yourselves. You are welcome to unmute and chat with each other as we let people in. You can say hi to our wonderful confirmands.
I'm Natalie. Hi, Nussenfeld.
Hey, Pam. Hi, Natalie.
Hi, Joey.
Hello, Joey.
Marge. Hi, Marge. Ellen. There's Ellen.
Hey.
Want me to hold it?
Yeah. Who are these people?
These are the congregation. But,
These are people who are eager to see everyone become confirmed.
Mhm.
recognize him, don't you?
Lisa, I think I have to mute.
Wait a minute.
You're all welcome to turn on your videos.
Congratulations to all of you.
If you are a confirmand of Temple Shalom, and this includes you, Daniel, please put the year of your confirmation at the beginning of your name for the part in the service when we bring you up.
What about if there's two of us?
And you have to then put both years.
Mhm.
Well, Gary's signing on now. We'll tell him too. That's you too, Lisa. As I saw your confirmation picture up there.
Hi, Lisa.
You're all welcome to unmute and chat with each other. Again, if you are a Temple Shalom confirmand, if you are confirmed here at Temple Shalom,
Yeah.
please put the number, the year in which you are confirmed at the beginning of your name.
Let's go. Okay, go.
We hate this rabbi, don't we?
Yeah.
If you hate this rabbi, you should probably mute yourself before you
Miles,
say
sit.
that on screen.
Good buddy.
Oh,
Mhm. Mhm.
19 something something. Great, Gary, put that up there. I'm gonna come to you first there. Just put a number there. Put 0. I'll know you're the first.
maybe it's all virtual. Maybe the kids are virtual too. I don't know.
Hello, everybody.
Benjamin's in her
We will start in
his
just
bedroom.
a few
The
minutes.
rest of the family's downstairs. Nope, there's
Your
There's
mic is
Ben.
live, ma'am.
I will mute.
You don't have to mute. Just know if you're saying things, people can hear you. You're welcome to say hi to everybody.
Hey, Gary.
That's the newsstand. And the news.
Hey, folks,
How's Jody doing?
doing good. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for asking.
And the rest of the family?
And she's on my mom. How you doing? All good, Mark. Thank you. Hope you
Okay.
same for you.
Yep.
Congratulations to all of you, families and confirmants.
Thank you.
Ooh, pretty. Maybe they're all in the house.
Jonathan, so when you rename yourself with your year for your council, everybody who is a Temple Shalom confirmand, put your year at the beginning of your name. That way you'll come up at the beginning of our list. So Jonathan, if you put that at the beginning, that would be great. And you're all welcome to unmute and say nice things to each other.
Only nice things? Okay, yes.
Yeah, before the service, only nice things. Start in a few minutes. You want to make sure everybody is here. Here at the beginning of your name. That way you come up at the beginning of our list.
I told you I was putting it on.
And if you're listening to it on the YouTube as well, then you're seeing.
Here or there? What do you want me to do?
And you're all welcome to unmute and say nice things for each other.
Russian
There's
one.
nothing more fun for me than being that echo.
Rabbi Joel Abraham.
That's me.
They can hear us.
Yes, yes, we can.
See?
All right, how are we doing? I'm going to keep letting people in.
I like your tie, Rabbi.
Thank you. This is a holiday tie. It says, "V'simcha b'chagecha b'chagecha v'chayim v'sameach." So, rejoice in the holidays. As this is one. I'm just making our confirmands co-hosts, so their names will come up easier when we need them. And everybody, we encourage you to keep your screen on during the service. That way they can see you. And as they lead you in worship.
See, Michael.
All right, last chance for everybody to say Shabbat Shalom to each other, or I'm sorry, Chag Sameach to each other.
Chag Sameach.
Shabbat Shalom.
I know it's wrong. It's not Shabbat.
Chag
anymore.
It's not Shabbat.
Sameach from Michigan.
You mute everybody. Teachers, if you could put a T in front of your name, that will make life easier when I bring you up in a minute.
I don't know how to do that.
Click on your picture. You'll get 3 dots. Click on those 3 dots and click on the rename part and retype your name. All right. Now we're going to bring up, traditionally, if we were in our sanctuary, at this point, our class would march in while the cantor sings and place white roses into the ark. Why are they not adding? There we go. Add. 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 There we go. So the cantor will sing now the traditional words of welcome at a life cycle ceremony. And you can imagine our confirmands marching into our sanctuary, placing their white roses in the ark, as have generations of confirmands before. There are a number of things that we won't be able to do because we're not in person. We will still be honoring some people by naming them. But we want you all to participate, sing along. We will have the words up on the screen so you can do that as well. And we look forward to being led in this service by our confirmation class of 5781.
Baruch haba b'shem Adonai, Baruch haba b'shem Adonai, Berachnuchem, Berachnuchem mibeit Adonai, Berachnuchem, Berachnuchem mibeit Adonai, Baruch haba b'shem Adonai.
Shalom. Thank you all so much for coming to our confirmation service. Our lives as Jewish people have been leading up to this moment, and we are definitely ready to take on our responsibilities as Jewish adults. We are all incredibly grateful that you chose to be here for this important moment in our lives, and hope that you will all experience as much joy as the confirmation class of 5781 will once we are confirmed.
The confirmation class has asked several of its teachers to have the honor of lighting the the holiday candles this evening. So we invite up Linda Wolf and Erica Green and Raphael Kaysen, even from East Lansing, Michigan, Andy Rubin, Ellen Berman. They also invited Jerry and Marcia Flood, who are unfortunately unable to join us this evening. But if you guys want to light candles at your end, I will light the candles here at the temple. Now, if you want to unmute yourselves and do the blessing.
Baruch atah
Adonai
Eloheinu melech
Melech haolam
haolam
asher
asher
kidshanu
kidshanu
b'mitzvotav
v'tzivanu
v'tzivanu
lahadlik
ner
shel
shel
Yom
yom
Tov.
Thank you.
For years since graduating Hebrew school and moving to JU, we have been patiently awaiting being confirmed. This was a turbulent year as we missed the opportunity to visit Europe and take our confirmation trip. However, we are all still here today and prepared to share our progress over these years with you all. Now we can allow these candles to guide us beyond this service and into our lives.
Now, once again, we bring up the whole class as they join in celebrating this moment with Shehechianu. We got everybody but Wes. We get Wes, good. All right, ready?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
And it certainly has been something to make it to this moment. All right. Ben?
Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah ve'alma divrach hirutei ve'yamlich malhutei v'chayehon v'yomehon uvechaye dechol beit Yisrael bagala uvizman kariv v'meru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach L'Olam Ulal Me Almaya Yitbarach V'Yishtabach V'Yitpar V'Yitromam V'Yitnaseh V'Yitadar V'Yitale V'Yitalal Shemei Tekudesha Brihu Le'ala Min Kol Birchata V'Shirata Tushbehata V'Nehemata Damarin Balma V'Imru Amen.
You can now rise and face the east or the arc on the screen. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Praised are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who has created this beautiful world for us to flourish. You are the creator of day and night, of land and sea, of rain and shine. You make beautiful wonders for us to explore, and each day you drive our curiosity further. Adonai Tzavot is your name. We say it with respect and never in vain. You connect us to one another like you connected the stars when you created night. The sun that you helped shine encourages us to shine brighter every day. Because of you, we push ourselves to be the best version we can be, and we are eager to learn all about our Jewish history. To the one who has helped us grow and learn, prosper and succeed, we bless you for reigning over us and guiding us into eternity of Jewish life. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael amcha ahavta. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael amcha ahavta. All the world sings to you, the world sings to you, all the world sings to you, the world sings to you. The song of the trees when wind stirs their leaves, the song of the earth when rain soothes its thirst, the song of the sea when waves are set free, the song of the sky when hummingbirds fly. To les mangeaux de toi, les mangeaux de toi, to les mangeaux de toi, les mangeaux de toi. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael amcha ahavta. All the world sings to you, the world sings to you, all the world sings to you, the world sings to you. All the world sings, all the world sings, all the world sings, all the world sings to you. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Blessed are you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. You may be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levav v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'elech asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'lechtecha b'derech u'shokbecha u'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'ktaptam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. You alone are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You gave us a future and pushed us to form lives for ourselves and those after us. You led your people out of Egypt, and for that, we never forget your sovereignty. As generations and generations form, we continue to praise your name in gratitude and love. Just like God, all those divinely created are unique individuals. We pass down your teachings and show our children the importance of community, traditions, and gratitude for opportunities. You lifted our ancestors' voices, and because of that, you lifted ours. Blessed are you, Adonai, our Savior, who delivered us from our oppressors' hands.
Adonai et Yaakov, pogע לו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גא ישראל.
You can rise and face the east or the arc on the screen for the tefillah. Adonai Sifatai Tifta Ufi Agita Hilateha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu V'Imutenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Velohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rahel Velohei Leah Ha'el Gagadol Hagibor V'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Hasadim Tovim V'Koneh Hakol Vesoher Hasaravot B'Mahot Umigila Lifnei V'Neihem Leman Shemo V'Yahava Mela Oser Mashio Umagin Baruch atah Adonai Magin Abraham Vezrat Sarah.
Tagibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol ata, Rav lechoshia, Morid hatal, Mechakel hayim vechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verafei holim, Umatir asurim, Umekayim emunato lishenei afar. Michamocha ba'al gevurot umido melach. Melech nimit umechaye umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman ata lecha chayot hakol. Baruch ata Adonai mechaye hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch ata Adonai ha'el hakadosh. You may be seated. When God revealed the Torah, no bird chirped, no fowl beat its wings, no ox bellowed, the angels did not sing.
The sea did not stir, no creature uttered a sound. The world was silent and still. And the divine voice spoke, I, the Eternal, am your God.
Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Ya'aleh v'yavu v'yizacher zichronenu, v'zichron kol amcha beit Yisrael lefanecha, letova lechenu lechesed rachamim, lechayim u'shalom, beyom chag haShavuot hazeh. Zochreinu Adonai Eloheinu b'letova. Amen. Ufakdenu vo livracha.
Amen.
V'hoshienu vo lechayim.
Amen.
Amen.
Adonai, our God, accept our worship today and from generation to generation, L'dor Vador. Watch over us, care for us, and be there for us in our most trying times. Let our eyes behold your loving return to Zion. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadecha, be'yir'a na'avod. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose presence returns to Zion.
Generations before us acclaimed God, whose handiwork they saw from the heavens to what's right in front of them. From day to night and winter to summer, God is always with us. Lift up your eyes and look at who made these beautiful stars for us to see.
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. Blessed are you, Adonai.
Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving.
tasim leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, hamarich et amo Yisrael
We continue in silent prayer.
Oseh shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Because this is one of the traditional Chagim mentioned in the Torah, the festival of Shavuot, before we move on to our Torah service, we start with our special blessings of Hallel, which we begin with the blessing for Hallel.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kirshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu likro et ha'halel.
Say to God, how awesome are your deeds. Your enemies cower before you, before your great strength. All the earth bows to you and sings hymns to you. All sing hymns to your name. As for me, I will call to God, and the Eternal will deliver me.
Evening, morning, and at noon, I complain and moan aloud, and God hears my voice.
God redeems me unharmed from the battle against me. It is as though many are on my side.
God, who has reigned from the first, who will have no successor, hears and humbles those who have no fear of God.
So now we come to our Torah service. Would we that we were all together, we would have the opportunity to invite up people whom the class has chosen to honor to take part in many of the honors here on the Bima. Instead, I'll be taking care of things here on the Bima. We still will be naming those whom the class chose to honor where they are. And we will also, there we go. The class has had the opportunity, the members of the class who are reading Torah actually had a chance to read the Torah scroll from the Bima itself. We recorded that. So we'll play their recording of them reading the Torah, chanting from it, while I follow along with the Torah live in the sanctuary. But another thing that we would celebrate in the congregation, which perhaps our confirmands won't get a chance to mark this year, but they will in years to come, which is our traditional lineup of confirmands. We believe that there is a shalshelet HaKabbalah, a chain of tradition, going from generation to generation in our congregation. And what we usually do is line everyone up who has been confirmed at Temple Shalom, and we bring them up to pass the Torah from generation to generation. We'll do that in a video sense. So if you are a Temple Shalom confirmand, we ask to put your year of confirmation up, and the cantor and I will try and bring you up on the screen while we hold the Torah scroll until it is passed down symbolically to our confirmation class as they stand in the chain of tradition. We ask for the honor of opening the ark. The class has chosen to honor Alexis and Ben Slack. Please rise.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai, ve'en kemaasecha, malechutecha malchut kol olamim, u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'ador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. mitzion tetzei Torah. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah. Udevar Adonai miroshalayim. Baruch Shenatan Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah. Le'amo Yisrael b'kdushato. Adonai, El Rachum V'Chanun, Erech Apayim, V'Rav Chesed V'Emet, Notzer Chesed La'alafim, Nose Avon V'Fesha, V'Chata'a V'Nakeh. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadlul Adonai iti, Uneromema Shemo Yachdav. Lecha Adonai Hagedola v'Hagevura v'Hatiferet v'Hanetzach v'Hahod Ki cho b'shamayim u'va'aretz Ki cho b'shamayim u'va'aretz Lecha Adonai hamamlacha V'hamit na'aseh lechol lerosh.
You may be seated. Unless you wish to stay standing, and there is a tradition to rise as our ancestors stood at Mount Sinai to receive the Torah. If you wish to stand during the 10 Commandments, you are welcome to do so. Our first reader is Ari Barmak, and for the blessing before, we invite up his parents, Connie Foland and Michael Barmak.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvarak.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarak Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarak Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Anochi Adonai Elohecha Asher Hotzeticha Me'eretz Mitzrayim Mibeit Avodim Lo Yihyeh Lecha Elohim Acherim Al Panai Lo Hased Lecha Fesel V'Kal Timunah Asher Bashamayim Mimah Vasher Ba'aretz Mitachat Vasher Bamayim Mitachat La'aretz Lo Tishav Lechem V'lo Tavdeim Ki Anochi Adonai Elohecha Al Kana Pekei Avon Avot Al Panim Al Shiloshim Ve'al Rebim Lefnei Vosech Chesed La'alefim Le'ochavai Usharmei Mitzotai Lo Tisa Et Shem Adonai Elohecha L'shav Ki Lo Yekana Adonai Et Asher Asher Yisa et Shama Lesav. Amen. I, Adonai, am your God, who led you out of the land of Egypt. Out of the house of bondage, you shall have no other gods besides me. You shall not carve for yourself an image, the likeness of anything in the heavens above, or on earth below, or in the waters under the earth. You shall not worship them or serve them, for I, Adonai, your God, am a demanding God, inflicting the sins of the parents upon their children, upon the third and fourth generations of those who hate me, but showing steadfast love to thousands of generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not invoke the name of Adonai your God with malice, for Adonai does not hold guiltless one who invokes the divine name with malice.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Rabbi, you are on mute.
Amen, Yashar Koach. And now we call up Ian Lewis for the next Aliyah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach, Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vaed, Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vaed, Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim, V'natan Lanu et Torato, Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Zachor et Yom HaShabbat lekadsho. Sheshet yamim ta'avod. Ve'asita chomelachtecha. Ve'yam hashri'i Shabbat. Adonai Elohecha. Lo ta'aseh chomacha. Ata uvincha uvitecha. Avdecha va'amatecha uvhentecha. V'gerecha asher bisharecha. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz et hayam ve'et kol asher bam vayanach bayom hashvi'i al ken berach Adonai et Yom HaShabbat v'ikadeshehu.
Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. 6 days shall you labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath of Adonai your God. You shall do no work, you, your son or daughter, your servants, your domestic animals, or the stranger in your community. For 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them. Then God rested on the seventh day. Therefore Adonai blessed the Sabbath day and called it holy.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam v'ata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Yashar Koach. And now we bring up for our next Aliyah, Herman and Emily
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
That's a loud amen out there too.
That's so
Amen. Kebod et aviha bet ameha leman yarechun yamecha al hadama asher Adonai Elohecha noten lach lo tirtzach lo tinav lo tigno lo te'ena vereacha et shaker lo tachmod be'et re'echa lo tachmod eshereyecha ve'avdo ve'amato ve'shiro va'amaro ve'hol asher lereyecha. Amen.
Honor your father and mother, that you may long endure in the land that Adonai your God has given to you. You shall not murder, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor, you shall not covet your neighbor's spouse, nor their servants, nor their cattle, nor anything that is your neighbor's.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen, Yashar Koach. And now we'll lift and dress the Torah scroll.
V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Yan lai lai lai, yan lai 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 lai, yan lai lai lai, yan lai lai, yan lai lai lai. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
And now we continue with our, traditionally on Shavuot, instead of reading a Haftarah portion, we read from the book of Ruth. And so now we will bring up to read from the book of Ruth, Jordana, Jay, and Joel. Whenever you're ready, Jay.
Vayhi bimei shefot hashoftim, vayhi ra'av ba'aretz, vayhelech ish mibeit lehem Yehuda, lagor bistei Moab, hu ve'ishto ushne v'nav, v'shem ha'esh Elimelech v'shim, ishto Naomi, v'shem shinav v'nav, machlon v'chlon Ephratim, mibeit lehem Yehuda, vaya vo'u sedei Moab, vaya yu sham. In the days when the judges ruled, there was a famine in the land, and a man of Bethlehem in Judea, with his wife and two sons, went to reside in the country of Moab. The man's name was Bethlehem, his wife's name was Naomi, and his two sons were named Mahlon and Helion, Ephratites of Bethlehem in Judea. They came to the country of Moab and remained there. Bethlehem, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left with her two sons. They were married. Moabite women, one named Ophrah and the other Ruth, and they lived there about 10 years. Then those two, Mahlon and Helion, also died. So the woman was left without her two sons and without her husband. She started out with her daughters-in-law to return from the country of Moab. For in the country of Moab, she heard that the Lord had taken note of God's people and given them food. Accompanied by her two daughter-in-laws, she left the place where she had been living, and they set out on the road back to the land of Judea.
Va'atomer Naomi, lishte chalotecha, lechna shovna, isha lebeit ima, ya'as Adonai, imachem, chesed, ka'asher, asitem, im, hametim, ve'amedi. Yetain Adonai lachem, umsena, menucha, isha, beit, isha, vatishach, lachen, vatisena, kolon, vativkena. But Naomi said to her two daughters-in-law, "Turn back, each of you to her mother's house. May Adonai deal kindly with you, as you have dealt with the dead and with me. May Adonai grant that each of you find security in the house of a husband." And she kissed them farewell. They broke into weeping and said to her, "No, we will return with you to your people." But Naomi replied, "Turn back, my daughters. Why should you go with me? I have any more sons in my body who might be husbands for you? Turn back, my daughters, for I am too old to be married. Even if I thought there was hope for me, even if I were married tonight and also bore sons, should you wait for them to grow up? Should you on their account debar yourselves from marriage? Oh no, my daughters. My lot is far more bitter than yours, for the hand of the Lord has struck out against me." They have broken to weeping again, and Orpah kissed their mother-in-law farewell. But Ruth clung to her. So she said, "See, your sister-in-law has returned to her people and her God. Go follow your sister."
Vatomerut altif ge'ivi, le'osveich lashuv me'acharayich, ki el asher telhi elech, uva asher talini alin, amech ami, velohayich Elohai, ba'asher tamuti amut, Bisham ekaver ko, ya'aser Adonai li, veko Yosef, ki hamavet, yafrid bene uvene. But Ruth replied, "Do not urge me to leave you, to turn back and not follow you. For wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. Thus and more may Adonai do to me, if anything but death parts me from you. When Naomi saw how determined she was to go with her, she ceased to argue with her, and the two went on until they reached Bethlehem. When they arrived in Bethlehem, the whole city buzzed with excitement over them. The woman said, "Can this be Naomi?"
Shar Kochachem. So, unless you thought it was me dressing the Torah, the class chose to honor, to lift, and dress the Torah, Helena Nash and Mark Riesberg. We're now going to rise to return the Torah scroll to the Ark. And to the honor of opening the Ark, the class has chosen to honor Richie and Lisa Tannenbaum.
Eitz chaim hi למחזיקים בה ותומכיה מאושר דרכיה דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה שלום השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה חדש חדש ימינו חדש ימינו כקדם.
You may be seated. Now we invite up to lead the class with their sermon, Jordana Riesberg, Jay Landon Slack, and Joelle Tannenbaum.
For 2 months now, we have been eagerly waiting for Shavuot to come. With the ending of a journey brings the beginning of another. Today marks the beginning of a new journey as the class of 5781 gets confirmed. I think that I can speak for the group of the fact that we are all eager to take the next step of our lives and further our connection with God. Everyone here, whether you are parents, teachers, family members, or members of the temple community, have seen us grow up and live through important moments of our lives. You have seen us at our first day of Hebrew school. You have heard us chant Hebrew. You have attended. I'm sorry. You have attended our bar mitzvah. I'm so sorry.
You're fine. No worries. You're doing great.
Take your time, Jordana. If we have to go back in time and mess up Kayla for her sermon, we can do that too.
I'm sorry. That was my older sister's fault, but it's okay. We all have siblings. It's fine. You have attended our bar and bat mitzvah services, and today you see us leading yet another service as confirmands. Today, as we enter covenant, Caleb, please leave. I'm so sorry.
Just keep
Okay, I'm sorry. Today, as we enter a covenant with God that will be with us for the rest of our lives, we sit back and think, where did the time go? It seems like just yesterday we were singing our favorite songs at the Children's High Holy Day services when we were too young to attend the normal service. However, since then, we have been given the opportunity to grow individually as a class and to strengthen our relationship and understand in what ways we connect to God. Even though we are a class, our individuality is honored through our own covenants with God, as you have all heard through our prayers and song choices that we wrote for this service. Today, we led a service about the 10 Commandments, Shavuot, and had our own opportunities to read out of the book of Ruth along with the Torah. We worked together today to provide this service for our congregation and for ourselves, using our individual experiences and lessons we have learned to combine into one beautiful service that represents who we are as a class.
We celebrate Shavuot to commemorate the day God gave the Torah to the nation of Israel. On Passover, the people of Israel were freed from Egyptian slavery. Shortly after, on Shavuot, they were given the Torah and committed themselves to Judaism and serving God. Shavuot translates to weeks, and we named the holiday after that because it took several weeks for us to travel from Egypt to Mount Sinai. 7 weeks for us to travel from Egypt to Mount Sinai. Once we finally reached Mount Sinai, they were given 10 commandments to follow as a law or guide for Judaism. Similar to a written law, the Jews were passed down the Torah to follow a God through generations of Jewish religion. The Jews enter a covenant or agreement with God to follow Judaism and God's commandments.
To many of us, confirmation is a symbol of growing up and taking the next step in Judaism. As we form a covenant with God, we realize how much we have grown from the beginning of our Jewish studies. We realize and understand how important our Jewish education and studies are to us. As we continue to explore our religion and connection towards it throughout our lives, this marks the ending of our journey as students at Temple Shalom. But we will continue to be students under the eyes of God. All six of us know that this will remain a core part of our lives, and we hope that we have been prepared enough to take over the future of our lives as Jewish adults. We have all taken the opportunity to become Madrahim, and we value the lessons that it has taught us with patience, passion, and teaching others. While most of us don't specifically celebrate Shavuot, we still attend services and recognize the importance of the 10 Commandments to our lives. As a class, we try to apply the meanings that we've learned throughout the past 8 years to our lives. Living through an unprecedented time like COVID, we have taken the opportunity to connect with God. We have mutually agreed that we have not lost our faith, and we have been pulled together as a congregation during this time. We now abide by certain laws, just like the ones told with the 10 Commandments back when we were given them by God. The Book of Ruth impacts all of our lives differently. For some of us, it teaches to set our own boundaries so that we feel comfortable, and for others, it is to do what is right and to stand up for our beliefs. And for others, it is the ability to adapt to new situations and step out of our comfort zones. We all interpret the Torah and the readings in different perspectives, but we all come together as a community to celebrate Judaism.
Not more than a few years ago, we sat in Sunday school counting down the minutes until we could leave. We felt forced to go and learn things that we never really understood the importance of. Today, as confirmands, we understand the importance of our Jewish culture and welcome new thoughts and ideas. We no longer take our time at the temple for granted, and we have grown to appreciate the teachings that we deemed insignificant just a few years ago. As we've gotten older, we started to understand the importance of our faith and our connection to God. As we stand here as a class today, we not only look at our future and how we will bring Judaism with us in the rest of our lives, but we also look and reflect on our pasts. The six of us have gone through so many experiences together. However, we also wanted to point out the importance of our own unique experiences. We have all learned to connect with our religion and God in many ways, which is something we want to celebrate today as we confirm our commitment to this religion. We come together as one class, one group of eager to learn Jewish teenagers, and we take a leap of faith into the next part of our lives. This confirmation means something different to each of us, and that is something that needs to be remembered and honored. Throughout this pandemic, everything has changed, and as teenagers, our lives have been anything but consistent. One thing that we all agree on is that our Jewish community here at Temple Shalom has been a constant for us no matter what, and we forever thank the pandemic for drawing us closer and strengthening our bond to each other and to the Temple community. We come together today on 6 Sivan 5781 as a class full of bright and motivated students. Our diversity of experiences and lessons we have learned is what pulls us together and makes us so proud to be confirmed alongside one another.
We wanted to thank all of our teachers who have helped us learn and interpret Hebrew throughout the years. Thank you to those who have never gave up on us, even when we fooled around during class and annoyed you. We could not have gone through this journey without you and your guidance. We are so thankful that we were lucky enough to have compassionate, genuine, and eager teachers like you. Thank you to Cantor Charline for helping us prepare for this service and learn to chant Hebrew. You have impacted our lives and helped us to further connect to our family and ancestors who spoke Hebrew. You have shown us that there is a fun side to reading another language and introduced us to some of our favorite songs like the Nana song. We would also like to send over a big thank you to the rabbi for helping us write, plan, and format this service. Without you, who knows where we would be in our religious journeys. You've helped us learn to connect with God and taught us how to be leaders of meaningful Jewish worship. Today marks the day where our class finally completed our religious studies with each other, but that doesn't mean our religious journey will end here. As we part our ways, we know that our community here at Temple Shalom will always be here for us, and now we know that if we ever find ourselves in time of trouble, we can look to God for help and guidance.
Short call. So this has been a year like no other. Shavuot is the day that we mark standing together at Mount Sinai. Not only all of our ancestors who were in the desert in that time, but as tradition tells us, all those who will ever identify with the Jewish people. All of us stood together that day, side by side, shoulder to shoulder, entering into the divine covenant. As our confirmands stand before you, they are shoulder to shoulder and side by side, although not in person, but virtually. We did have a moment earlier this evening to stand together for the traditional confirmation picture. All the confirmands in the white robes that they decided to wear to lead services as well, standing 6 feet apart on our temple patio. We had a few moments to be together in person over the year around our fire pit, but mainly, as they said, we had to make different connections. You, Joey, Jay, Wes, Ari, Ben, and Jordana shared what a challenge this year was and how you found ways to connect. Whether it was finding a new way to connect to your Jewish community, how to find Jewish meaning on your own, or how you found your relationship to God in nature, this was truly a year of growth for all of you. The curriculum for the confirmation year is Jewish choices. We spent our core class looking at different choices that Jews had made throughout our history that resulted in us being here today. The penultimate lesson is usually learned on our confirmation trip. We approach the question, what do we do when there are no choices? You faced a version of that conundrum this year. When you could not gather together for the confirmation barbecue, when you could not take the trip into New York to see the monuments and memorials, when you had to have your confirmation core class over Zoom, when you could not spend 8 days together traveling overseas, you still found ways to connect to each other, ways to learn from each other. You are an incredible class, and you should be proud of what you have been able to accomplish. Many more opportunities await you in the future. Each of you, as you have said, has given back to our religious and Hebrew schools as madrichim, and you have found different ways this year to contribute, whether through music, art, teaching, and even tech support. You have a standing invitation to join us on any Temple Shalom confirmation trip in the future, so you can get that experience as well. But most of all, you will carry forward the lessons that you just shared with us, that you learned this year in a way that no other class has. Looking back through our history, although we did have a Temple Shalom confirmation class in 1915 and in 1920, there seems to have been no class in 1918 during the last great pandemic. These tools for your Jewish survival should help you through any challenges. Each year we speak of the new class of confirmands as links in the chain of tradition, Shalshelet HaKabbalah. Between last year and this, in some congregations, that chain broke. Because of your strength and the strength of last year's class, not only is that chain whole, it is stronger than we ever could have imagined. Your links have been forged in an incredibly difficult furnace, and you have made us, as a congregation and a people, all the stronger for it. Kol HaKavod, confirmation class of 5781. You stand with your congregation and community on this Shavuot, strong links in that tradition, stretching all the way back to Mount Sinai and forward into the future. I'm going to ask everybody to hold their comments and congratulations for a moment to allow the confirmands to pay attention to our next speakers. Now we invite up Marv and Pam Brander. Marv Brander is the chair of our Board of Education, and Pam is our president. Again, please do not use the everyone chat right now so our students can pay attention.
Okay, welcome everyone who's in attendance tonight. It was really good to see everybody, and Mazel Tov for a confirmation class of 5781. I'd like to congratulate you all on behalf of our congregation on reaching this milestone in your Jewish education. We all know that you've worked very hard to get to this point, and by doing so, you've demonstrated your commitment to the ongoing study required to to lead a good Jewish life. To get you started on your path, the congregation is, let's see, can I think? Yes, there it is. Nope, it's not quite right. There it is, Jewish Living. Okay, this is a book by, it's Jewish Living, A Guide to Contemporary Reform Practice by Mark Warshawski. I've taken a look at it. It looks really interesting, and it's really a comprehensive guide to Jewish practice in the modern world. So read it carefully. You'll find lots of good things in there on how you can translate your religious learning into practical ethics for everyday life. Again, congratulations to you all. The service was beautiful, and I was really moved.
I wish to say that congratulations to all of you. Mazel tov to all you have accomplished and all you will accomplish.
Yes, this is just the beginning.
This is, yes. This is, as all life experiences, this is a transition. It marks one end of one period of your life and on to the rest of your lives as Jewish adults. I congratulate you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And now we invite up Jordana Riesberg to make a presentation on behalf of the class to the congregation.
On behalf of the confirmation class of 5781, we would like to give the temple an outdoor bench. Over the last year, we learned how important it is to have comfortable outdoor space to socialize and learn. We wanted to make sure that other classes and congregants have the opportunity to learn safely and comfortably. We know that this will help us build our Temple Shalom community. We will make arrangements to deliver the bench shortly with a plaque commemorating our class. Additionally, we would like to thank Ellen for the generous and thoughtful gifts given to us today. We will never forget your generosity and sweetness as we enjoy the sweets that remind us of our journey throughout Hebrew school with you. We could have not been able to chant from the Torah and read all of the Hebrew without you. We also wanted to thank all of our teachers for helping us as much as you did. We couldn't have done this without you. Also, as a thank you to the rabbi and the cantor for all of your years of help and preparation leading to today's confirmation, we are each donating money to the rabbi and cantor's funds to use wherever is most needed.
Thank you, Jordana. Thank you to the class. Now we're going to take a moment. We're going to bring up the members of the class. We actually, when we had them together earlier, we took the opportunity to share this blessing with them. But we're going to do it again. Now I'll open the ark and we'll take the moment to ask that particular blessing that God said in the portion that we'll read next week, Parshat Naso, when the time comes to place the name of the people on to the congregation to use this blessing. We said it to them individually when they became bar and bat mitzvah and had a private moment of blessing at the ark. And we had a moment for them to be blessed together as a class. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. May the light of God shine for you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. And may God turn God's face to you and give you a blessing of wholeness and peace. We lost Jordana. And we're losing everybody. Where'd they go? There's Jordana. Where'd Joel go? There we go. And now the cantor is going to share a musical blessing.
I want to the six of you, to sing this song, which you all actually, I think, learned fairly recently from one of your own. Now's my chance to sing it to you. Adapt it just a little bit. You are gifts and you are blessings. You are history in song. You are hope and you are healing. You are learning to be strong. You are words and you are stories. You are are pictures of the past. You are carriers of wisdom, not the first and not the last. Ledor vador nagid od lecha. Ledor vador we protect this chain. From generation to generation, Ledor vador, these lips will praise your name. Looking back on the journey that we carry in our heart, from the shadow of the mountain to the waters that would part. You are blessed and you are holy. You are children of God's way. And the words that bring us meaning, you will have the strength to say. Ledor vador nagid od lecha. Ledor vador we protect this chain. From generation to generation, Ledor vador, these lips will praise your name.
You can rise and face the east or the arc on the screen for the Elenu. Aleinu l'shabeach laton hakol, latet gedula l'ertzei breshit, shel ho asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samhanu kemishpochat ha'adama, shel ho sam kelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, vanaknu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech, malkei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
You may be seated.
Ben?
As we have gone through so many years together as a group, we have grown and come together. Despite not going on the trip this year, there is still so much we have learned together. We will continue to use this knowledge in our lives and think of our experiences here as a guiding light into the future.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
During the service, we recite the Kaddish at the beginning of the service and also now at the end of the service. The prayer's purpose is to remind the reader and the listener of God's greatness. By reciting the Kaddish, we also remember those before us who live in our hearts every day. We remember everyone by reciting this prayer, not just those who we have known, but also innocent people who pass away too early. We ask you to rise and recite this prayer not only for you, but also those who have no one else to say the Kaddish for them.
Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah. Yalma divarach yerute v'yalnich malchute. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael. Agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevorach le'olam u'olmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran v'alma v'yamru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yamru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yamru amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen.
May the source of peace and peace to those who mourn. Give us the strength to comfort those who are bereaved. And we say, amen. You may be seated. So ideally, if we were all in person, the confirmation families would host us for a chance to get together and celebrate a little simcha, a little treat afterwards. Hopefully, you all received a little bit of treat that came to you as well. The cantor is going to help me find everybody's families because the class has chosen to honor them. Those who have siblings has chosen to honor their siblings with leading the, there we go, with leading the Kiddush this evening. And we should say that if we, I don't think we're actually going to get Jay's sibling. Jay, the Slacks have had a very busy weekend. Vance became bar mitzvah on Saturday. Jay was honored along with the rest of the class as Madrichim on Friday night. Vance celebrated his bar mitzvah on Saturday, and now Jay is celebrating confirmation. So the Slacks were just full of simchaot this weekend. Where are we going? Going to bring up the Tenenbaums, but I heard that Jake may be under the weather because he got his second shot today. So anyway, you can stand in for him, and you guys do the first line of the Kiddush, and the cantor will come in with the rest of the holiday Kiddush. And you can all lift up your glasses. On three, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'am, v'romamanu mikol ha'shon, v'kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav, v'titen lanu Adonai Eloheinu, be'ahava, Shabbatot limnucha, u'moadim lesimcha, chagim uzmanim lesason, et yom Yep, okay. Et yom chag hashavot hazeh, zman maten toratenu, mikra kodesh, secher litziat mitzrayim, kivanu v'charta, ve'otanu kiddeshta, mikol ha'amim, u'adei kodshecha, B'simcha uv'sason hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh Yisrael, v'hazmanim l'chaim.
I don't know if you guys got it. Ellen Berman, as they said, was kind enough to drop off a gift to the class. Hopefully we sent a challah to your houses as well. If it hasn't arrived, let us know. But Ellen gave us a little challah roll, so let's do a motzi together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen. B'teavon. And now the closing song chosen by the class.
Yeah, 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 yeah. 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 We all got a life to live. We all got a gift to give. Just open your heart and let it out. We all got a piece to bring. We all got a song to sing. Just open your heart and let it out. Yeah. I reach out to you and you to me. We become B'Tselem Elohim. When we share our hopes and our dreams, each one of us B'Tselem Elohim. We all got a tale to tell. We all want to speak it well. Just open your heart and let it out. We all got a mountain to climb. We all got a truth to find. Just open your heart and let it out. Yeah. When I reach out to you and you to me, we become B'Tselem Elohim. When we share our hopes and our dreams, each one of us B'Tselem Elohim. Bereshit bara Elohim. Bereshit bara Elohim. Bereshit bara Elohim. All our hopes, all our dreams. Bereshit bara Elohim. Each one of us B'Tselem Elohim. Bereshit bara Elohim. All our hopes, all our dreams. Bereshit bara Elohim. Each one of us B'Tselem Elohim. Yeah. When I reach out to you and you to me, we become B'Tselem Elohim. When we share our hopes and our dreams, each one of us B'Tselem Elohim. Each one of us B'Tselem Elohim. Each one of us B'Tselem Elohim.
Talk about Shalshelet HaKabbalah, the chain of tradition that flows from generation to generation, as if it is easy, as if one link seamlessly flows into the next. Each year, each generation has its challenges. This class had an incredible challenge, but unsurprisingly, they rose to it. Finding new connections, building stronger links between themselves and our people, building stronger links with themselves and God. For the strength for all of us to be a part of that chain, to build where they have shown us to build. We ask for your blessing.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav ilecha vichuneka.
May the light of God shine for you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Shalom.
May God turn God's face to you and give you a blessing of wholeness and peace.
Amen.
Amen. Chag Sameach. You can join us at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for our Shavuot Yizkor service, but you're welcome to unmute yourselves now and to wish all of our students a Mazal Tov and a Chag
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Sameach.
Miss Randy says hi and she sends her love.
Great
So-
job,
Mazel
Joey.
Good job, guys. Have a good night.
You're awesome. You were amazing.
Great job, everyone.
Yay.
Mazel tov to everyone, especially Joelle.
Yay.
I'm biased. I can't help it.
Okay.
Mazel tov, everybody. It was beautiful.
Yes, it was lovely. Okay.
Mazel tov, everybody. Congratulations.
Guys, mazel tov.
You're
It was
all
a
welcome to
beautiful
join us
job.
again on June 4th. On June 4th, our class from last year, which passed at Shavuot, will be marking their confirmation on a Friday night. So
Cool.
if you can't get enough confirmation, join us again in 2 weeks.
I just want to say to everybody who's in this year's confirmation class, a couple of you have older siblings that are in college already. Make sure that we stay in touch because your older siblings can tell you that they're on my mailing list for college mailings for really cool stuff for the holidays. So if you like getting goodies, you still get them in college. Just stay in touch. Okay, love you guys. Again,
Ellen, you do a beautiful
awesome.
job.
I can confirm what Ellen just said.
Thank you.
Amazing gifts.
Thank you,
Thank
Ellen.
you. You're welcome. Love you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you as always, Ellen.
Pleasure. It's my pleasure. You're welcome.
Shalom.
Yashar Koach, everybody. It's great to see you all. I'm so proud of all of you guys.
It's over.
All right, it's 8:38 here, Rafi. You got plenty of time.
Take care, everyone. Lots of love to you. May you go from strength to strength. Bye.
Thanks, Ellen.
You're welcome. Bye.
Mazel tov, please.
Excellent job, guys. Mazal tov.
You did beautifully. Really.
Amazing accomplishment.